I was standing in the doorway of the guest bathroom when it happened. The plumber was on his knees beneath the sink, shoulders tense, hands working quietly among the pipes. He turned his head slightly and said, almost casually, "Mrs. Helen, I'll need to check the pipe underneath as well." The words themselves were innocent, completely harmless. But the way he looked at me when he said them, that look stopped my breath. It lingered just a second too long, long enough for something old and forgotten to stir, awake inside me. I'm 67 years old. I've been married for 42 years, and no man had looked at me like that in decades. My name is Helen. I live in a modest apartment in Riverside, Jacksonville, with a husband who speaks to me only when something needs fixing or food needs warming. His name is Robert. He's not cruel in loud ways, no shouting, no hitting. His cruelty lives in absence. I used to think that was just what marriage became after a certain age. I worked most of my life as a hospital switchboard operator. For nearly 40 years, I answered phones at all hours, listening to panic, grief, urgency, while remaining invisible myself. People heard my voice but never saw me. And when I retired, that invisibility followed me home. Robert rarely touched me. When he did, it felt like obligation, not desire. No kiss. I felt anything at all. Over time, I learned to turn my face toward the wall and wait for it to be over. I blamed my body, the gray hair, the softened skin, the way my waist disappeared. I told myself no one could want this. Then the plumber stood up. He wiped his hands on a rag at his belt and smiled. Not politely, not professionally, but genuinely. His name was Daniel, early 30s, calm voice, clear eyes. When he spoke to me, he didn't talk past me or through me. He talked to me. And suddenly, terrifyingly, I realized something. I still had a body. I was still a woman. And someone had noticed. I felt ashamed for feeling it. Ashamed for the way my heart raced when our fingers brushed as I handed him the payment. Ashamed for the electric jolt that ran through me when it happened. When he left, he paused at the door and said, "If you need anything else, anything at all, just call." I told myself it was nothing, that it was over. I was wrong. Because the next morning, Daniel came back, and this time, he wasn't there for the pipes. The doorbell rang just after 9. I was watering the plants on the balcony when I heard it. Something in my chest tightened before I even reached the door, as if my body already knew who it would be. Daniel stood there holding a small tool in his hand. "I forgot a wrench yesterday," he said. "I hope that's okay." Of course it was okay. I stepped aside to let him in, noticing things I hadn't allowed myself to notice before. The clean scent of soap, the relaxed confidence in the way he moved. He retrieved the tool quickly, too quickly. But he didn't leave. He stood in the living room and looked at me, not scanning the space, not checking the time, just looking at me. Then he asked quietly, "Can I ask you something, Mrs. Helen?" My heart began to pound. "Of course. Why were you so nervous yesterday?" I laughed weakly. "You live with someone, but you're alone." No one had ever said that to me out loud. Before I could respond, he told me why he'd really come back. Just as Daniel was leaving the day before, Robert had asked who he was, Daniel explained. "And do you know what your husband said?" Daniel asked, his voice tight. I shook my head. "He laughed," Daniel continued. "He said you were useless, that you were only good at spending his money." I felt something crack open inside me. Not because it was new, but because someone else had finally heard it. Daniel didn't touch me, didn't rush to comfort me. He simply said, "You don't deserve that. and you don't deserve to disappear. I cried then, quietly, completely. Before leaving, he said, "You're still beautiful, Helen, whether anyone tells you or not." That night, when Robert came home and sat in his chair without looking at me, I understood something with painful clarity. Daniel had seen me in less than an hour. My husband hadn't seen me in 42 years. Later, my phone vibrated. An unknown number. A simple message. "Are you okay?" My hands trembled as I typed back. And with that single reply, I crossed a line I could never uncross. The messages started small. "Good morning. Did you eat? How's the weather there?" Nothing inappropriate, nothing explicit, but each message carried something I hadn't felt in years: interest, presence, care. I started waiting for them. Then one night, after Robert had gone to bed without saying a word to me, "Did you think about me today?" I stared at the screen for a long time before typing yes. A few days later, Robert left town for work. Daniel came over. We sat on opposite ends of the couch at first and talking like two people pretending nothing dangerous was happening. Then he asked me what I wanted. No one had ever asked me that. When he touched my face, slowly, gently, I cried instead. He held me like I mattered, like I was fragile and strong at the same time. When my husband unexpectedly called to say he was coming home early, fear crashed back into me. But Daniel looked at me and said something that changed everything. "Then we still have today." I should have sent him away. I didn't. For the first time in my life, intimacy wasn't rushed or mechanical. Later, before leaving, Daniel told me the truth. He hadn't met me by chance. He had seen me before, at the bakery, alone, quiet, sad. He had asked about me. He had created a reason to enter my life. That frightened me. And yet, because the next decision wouldn't just change my marriage, it would change who I believed I was. Robert found the messages on a Sunday night. He didn't shout at first. He demanded answers, demanded control. Something inside me finally snapped. For the first time in 42 years, I told him the truth. Not about Daniel, about us. About the years of silence, the years of neglect, the years of being unseen. "I woke up," I said, "and I can't go back to sleep." He called me old, useless, foolish. And for the first time, his words didn't own me. I packed a suitcase that night. Daniel was waiting at the corner, exactly as he said he would be. But freedom, I would learn. Life didn't become easy. My children were angry. Neighbors whispered. Robert begged, then blamed. But I didn't return. Daniel stood beside me through all of it. We built something quiet, honest, imperfect. For the first time, I felt chosen. Then one morning, I felt sick. At first, I dismissed it. Age, stress, nerves. But when it happened again, fear crept in. The tests were positive, impossible, terrifying, miraculous. I sat on the bathroom floor, laughing and crying at the same time, hand over my belly, stunned by the... My body still had surprises left. I haven't told Daniel yet. I don't know how. But one thing I do know, I am no longer invisible. I am alive. And whatever happens next, it will be my choice. If this story touched your heart, please like it. Tell me in the comments, did you feel it too? And don't forget to subscribe. There are many more stories waiting for you.